You know, Kokomo is one of the larger towns in central Indiana, but you know, it's also a very small town, and we talked to a lot of people today that knew Deputy Koontz personally, including his best friend. Eyewitness News reporter Sandra Chapman has more on the personal side of the officer. Sandra?
John, we're here at Northwestern High School where Officer Koontz worked as a resource officer. You can see this tribute still remains, sending their thoughts and prayers to him tonight. Now, earlier today, we spoke with a person that knew him well, that could give us some personal insight, someone he met 8 years ago that shares his love for law enforcement.
Most people know him as Deputy Koontz. I know him as my best friend, Carl.
Joe Schaffner talks just above a whisper, trying to imagine life without his best friend. Just moments after a caravan of police officers running lights and sirens left town to retrieve the body of Deputy Carl Koontz, Joe sat down to talk with Eyewitness News. He recalled meeting as college students, working at a local grocery, and sharing dreams of getting jobs in law enforcement.
I got on at the jail about a year or so before he did, and then he joined me there, and he went on and got his goal.
Never a thought of the kind of news he got. Carl Koontz had been shot trying to serve an arrest warrant. The outlook was grim. The thought of it paralyzing for Joe.
My wife was talking to me, seeing how I was doing and everything, and I couldn't even speak to her. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. Just the pain in my chest and my stomach was beyond belief. Just didn't have a good feeling. You never think something like this would happen to somebody in town, let alone your best friend. I made it down there just after he'd passed. I was able to see him one last time, talk to him, tell him my last goodbyes.
Nearly the same age, the two were both married and had small children. Joe, a 17-month-old daughter, Aubrey; Carl, 8-month-old Noah. Joe had hoped their families would grow old together.
I know he was extremely excited to marry his high school sweetheart. I know he was even more excited to have his son.
A son that will now grow up without his father, a man that Joe says was simply the best.
He went out doing something that he loved to do, and that was his dream. He's truly a hero to this community. He's a hero to me.
Now, Joe Schaffner is no longer in law enforcement. He says his friend was passionate about his job, and he had no doubt that his friend, Deputy Carl Koontz, would have had a wonderful career in law enforcement. He says tonight it is community, John, that is helping them all to get through this day by day.